I am talking to Roseann Canfora, the director of Aurora Community Theatre's production of The Diary of Anne Frank, January 31st to February 22nd.
Well, typically, as director of the Winter Show, I've most often directed a comedy, and I've willingly accepted the challenge because I can't think of anything more fun than laughing a few nights a week in rehearsal. So when I was first approached about directing Diary of Anne Frank, I knew it would be very emotionally challenging, as well as physically challenging. And I reluctantly accepted, but am so happy that I did. It's, without question, the most difficult play I've ever directed because the cast is on set the entire play. They don't leave. In fact, I've chosen to keep them on stage in the attic even during intermission, so that the audience has a true sense of the fact that once they entered this space in Amsterdam, they never left until they were taken away. And so that is particularly challenging for a director because even when two people are conversing, there's 8 other people on set that are busy. And so it's a constant reworking of the scenes, a true balancing act to have 10 people living in such close quarters for a couple of hours and keeping it alive and keeping it real and keeping it interesting for the audience. But the cast has really risen to the challenge. Usually we have a skeleton crew in the winter months because we pull together right around the holidays and people are busy. And so it's crunch time in January, and even with the skeleton crew, I happen to be fortunate enough that some of, I think, ACT's best from past shows dating back decades have come together to make the show what it needs to be. People, stalwarts like Jean Arbuckle and her husband Don, Paul Chechik, whose masterpiece, you know, every single show, a set that really truly makes the play what it needs to be, has just exceeded my expectations in this one. When you walk in, you know you're in the attic, and even the colors, just the texture of the set just blends with the theater so that it accomplishes what I hope it'll accomplish for the audience, that they enter the attic. They enter the attic, they hear the music, and the mood begins from the time that door opens to the time they leave. It won't be like they're waiting for a play to start. When they enter the theater, they will be entering the space that includes the attic, and they won't leave until it's over. We, especially around the holidays, people who auditioned, the best actors who landed the roles, I gave them all a challenge that they needed to look a little hungry. And after the holidays, I don't think any of us really did. We were quite full. And so when I sent my first letter to the cast, I sent them the South Beach diet, which is a quick weight loss diet, but a healthy one, heart-healthy one. And surprisingly, they all accepted the challenge. I want them to look like the Frank family and the Van Daan family, who for 2 years were rationed. The food was rationed initially, and then eventually it was very scarce. And so they have to look like they've been getting thinner and thinner. And they have been doing that through the course of the rehearsals, and they'll continue to do that through the course of the play. And that just shows the commitment of this cast to keeping this as authentic as it needs to be, taking their roles very, very seriously, and staying true to our responsibility to the audience to make them feel that they are watching the real people in the real space at that time.